Oh, God almighty. Arsenal defeated Manchester City by 2 goals to 1. I'm actually over the moon. I'm delighted with today. This has been an absolutely amazing day. If only we could play like that week in, week out. Not in terms of quality of performance, forget that for 1 minute, but the way in which we played this game with desire, with determination, with passion and hard work above all things. If we played with those key elements every single week, we've got a team that's capable of winning the league. But the fact of the matter is we can't, but we've been able to do it today. Beating Manchester City by 2 goals to 1 in the FA Cup semi-final. We've got something to hold on to this season. It's not the final, let's not get over our heads just yet, but today we've got something to smile about. It really was an exciting performance from Arsenal. Every player to a man was exceptional. Arsene Wenger got the team lineup, I would say 90% correct. It was a very exciting team. Very, very exciting to see us continue with this back three. That's looking more and more competent as each game goes by. Rob Holding today, Rob Holding, 21 years of age, and I hate to say I told you so. In fact, saying that, I don't really hate to say I told you so. Rob Holding should have played a lot more this season. He should have played so much more. And to everyone that said that we shouldn't have thrown him in at the deep end because he's only 21 years old, forget that, because every single game he's played, whether it be against Watford, Leicester, Basel, and even today, he has looked so calm, so composed, so determined, and so authoritative in every single game he's played. He is old enough and he is good enough to be playing for Arsenal week in, week out, especially in his back three system. You've got to bear in mind as well, he's had different partners alongside him this season. He's played alongside Gabriel, he's played in the back three, he's played in the back four, and he looks exceptional in every single role that he's put into. So for me, he's got to be playing week in, week out from here on in. Whether he takes the place of Shkodran Mustafi, who's currently injured, remains to be seen. It'll be interesting to see how Mustafi fits back into the team. But let's not forget about the performances of our other centre-halves as well. Laurent Koscielny in the middle of the three, faultless. I thought he was exceptional today. Gabriel Paulista, who I've criticised a lot this season, was magnificent. He was so rugged in his defending. Made some real last-ditch tackles as well. So Gabriel has to be credited in this game. He was superb. Petr Cech in goal. Brilliant. He was actually brilliant today. I thought he had a really cracking game. Pulled off some really good saves. And it's good to see him playing at his best. The midfield, Xhaka and Ramsey, I thought apart from Ramsey's little blip where he gave away the goal, we'll get into that a bit later, Ramsey was really good. He looked back to his best today. Xhaka looked very determined in the middle of the park. He looked very good. He looked a lot more comfortable. And I think those two really are starting to form something in the midfield. I sincerely hope that this 3-5-3, whatever formation it is with three at the back, I really hope it's not disrupted anytime soon because players are looking more and more comfortable. We've got a proper midfield with Xhaka and Ramsey. They seem to be working very well alongside each other. And the wing backs, Oxlade-Chamberlain in that right wing back role was phenomenal today. Man of the match, thoroughly deserved, and he had such a good game, providing the cross for the equalising goal. He was magnificent. It's great to see him, I would hope, in a position that he can maintain in a long-term role. I'm not too sure whether that will be the case. Will we revert back to the four at the back next season? I don't know, but for me, in that right wing-back role, it's so suited to him. He can bomb up the pitch, he can defend, he can do everything, and it's a role that is tailor-made for someone that is so robust as he is. So for me, that's his position, and it will bring into question the futures of someone like Hector Bellerin and Theo Walcott. They must be wondering what's going to happen to them if they're not going to get into the team with this back three currently lining up in the way that it does. So yeah, competition, which is good to see in this Arsenal team. In the left wing-back role, Monreal, oh my God. Yeah, he's been pretty poor this season. I don't think there's any getting away from that. But today, he was so up for it. He was so hungry for the win. He got the goal. I'll get onto that a little bit later. But the way he played, sublime. Absolutely sublime. The one thing I would say Arsene Wenger got wrong today was the front three. I wouldn't have started with Olivier Giroud. The impact Danny Welbeck had was second to none, and I can understand why he went with Olivier Giroud so that we had the impact of Danny Welbeck off the bench, and that definitely did work. But if we'd have started with Alexis in that striking role, Mesut Ozil and Theo Walcott behind, I think that would have worked a lot better for me. And you've got to take into account as well that Walcott's got 19 goals this season. He's one of our top goal scorers. We could have definitely got this City defence a bit more with pace in the side. I think we were lacking a bit of that today. So I was a bit surprised with that. And it does seem that since Walcott's made those comments after that game against Crystal Palace, he has been omitted from the squad. He didn't even make an appearance off the bench today. So that is rather surprising, and I do hope that he isn't being punished too severely for those comments after the game at Selhurst Park. But we'll get onto that another day. What's important today is the way Arsenal performs and the fact that we've come out of the game with a win. Alexis was I thought he was a bit iffy today, bar his goal. I mean, those were the only players, Alexis and Giroud, I think those were the only two that struggled a bit today. And Mesut Ozil was a little bit questionable at times, but he did put in a really hard shift. Everyone works really hard. And ended up getting so excited I dropped my microphone. But what I was going to say was every single player worked so hard today. Forget individual performances, everyone worked magnificently, and that's what's got us the win, in my opinion. The way in which we performed, we were just better than City in terms of wanting the game that little bit more. Pep Guardiola went with a very dynamic, a very exciting Manchester City side. The likes of David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Yaya Toure, Sane, who I thought we dealt with really well in this game, and Aguero up top. We kept them relatively quiet throughout the course of the match. Defensively, I thought we were really good. City got their one goal from a counter-attack. We did allow City to have quite a few opportunities, though, saying that they did have quite a few chances in that second half. They could have definitely scored a couple of goals. They hit the woodwork a few times. So they definitely did pose a threat in this game. Defensively, that's where they were susceptible. Otamendi, I thought he didn't have his best game. Welbeck certainly had a go at him when he came into the field of play. Kompany, you can tell that he's still coming back from his injury, but I thought he had quite a good game today, in fairness to him. And touching on Kompany, it's quite nice of him to go and chat to Rob Holding after the end of the game. So credit to Kompany for that. And their fullbacks, Navas and Clichy, they were definitely prone to error in this game. So I think we've done a good job in getting at this City side. We could have done it a bit more, as I say, if we had lined up with Theo Walcott and playing Alexis in that striking role. I think that's something we've got to go back to at some point. But because for me, Alexis he's so suited to that striking role, and he just doesn't work as effectively when playing on that left-hand side of the pitch. That's just my opinion, but for me, I think we've been a lot more effective when Alexis has played as striker with Theo Walcott and someone else off him. And that front three that we can potentially line up with now, Alexis, Walcott and Ozil, incredibly exciting. And even to have Welbeck in there as well. I mean, lots of options, and this 3-4-2-1 formation, I think that's what it is proving to be more and more exciting as each game goes by. But let's get into the game itself. It was a rather shaky first 10 minutes from Arsenal. I think that really did set the tone for the game. You could tell that Arsenal were a bit scared to lose this match. City definitely had the lion's share of possession. They were seemingly dominating the game, had a few early corners, but didn't really create too much. Neither did we, saying that that first half was very, very cagey from both sides. Neither side really creating much, and there were very few chances created from either side. The only one that I can really think of was Sergio Aguero hitting a ball into the side netting, but apart from that, I can't think of too much. The referee slowed the game down at every single opportunity he could have. It was a very slow, very rugged opening first 45 minutes, but that second half, the game really sparked into life. Arsenal looked a lot more exciting and a lot more dynamic. We were playing much more lucrative football, and we did really start to dominate this Manchester City side, but a goal came against us, against a run of play. Aaron Ramsey doing what he's done quite a lot in an Arsenal shirt in recent years. That's not to criticise him too much, because for me, he was fantastic today. But it's an area of his game that he definitely needs to work on. Running into danger, Yaya Toure pickpocketing him and playing a very nice ball over the top to Sergio Aguero, outpaced Monreal, and then put it past Petr Cech with a lovely little dink to make it 1-0 to Manchester City. But you have to say, we responded really, really well. We had a chance through Mesut Ozil almost immediately after that goal, and then we got our goal back through Nacho Monreal, of all people. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the provider, a beautiful, beautiful cross onto the foot of Monreal. It was that accurate to make it 1-1. Monreal, of all people. I'm so happy for him. I really am. I'd have wanted him to score more than anyone else today. I don't know why, but I'm so happy it was him to get on the score sheet. It's just on his right foot, our left wing back. It's great, and that's the advantage of playing wing backs, that they can get higher up the pitch and do that sort of thing. And maybe we'll see that a bit more from Monreal if he is to continue at Arsenal, and if we are to continue with this three at the back formation, because it is benefiting players, and it is exciting to see that it's benefited Chamberlain. It seems to have benefited Monreal today. Rob Holding, Gabriel Paulista, they're looking more and more competent as each game goes by. We've got proper midfield in Xhaka and Ramsey, as I've already mentioned. It's just a case of tweaking that front three, and this could be the perfect formation for us. But we got the winning goal in extra time. We did have quite a few opportunities beforehand, as did Manchester City. As I mentioned, they hit the bar a few times. We came close as well. Rob Holding had an effort just go over the bar, but we got our goal for Alexis Sanchez. It seemed to be a set piece played into the box. Welbeck seemed to fluff his lines, and then Alexis Sanchez makes it 2-1 with not the most beautiful of goals, but the right place at the right time. Killer instinct to make it 2-1, and I'm so pleased we took that chance, because we had so many opportunities before that in which to make this game take an advantage in our hands. Mesut Ozil had a chance. In fact, he had quite a few chances in this game. Danny Welbeck, that chance where everything seemed to go in slow motion and he just blazed it past the goalkeeper. That was just whiskers away. And I was really hoping we weren't going to rue those chances, but we've come out on top. Unbelievably, against all odds. I'm still struggling to believe that we've won this game. Honestly, going into the match, although I was trying to go into it with such a positive mindset, I really didn't see us getting a win today. I know that sounds pretty awful, but given the way things have been going, it was always difficult to see Arsenal coming out on top. But the performance we put in was unbelievable. The fact that we come out of this with a 2-1 win, I'm over the moon with that. And hopefully we can go to the final now and beat Chelsea. As I say, this is only a semi-final. Let's not get in over our heads just yet. But it's going to be a magnificent semi-final, a final, should I say. It's already been a magnificent semi-final against Chelsea. And if we win the FA Cup, we can thoroughly say we've deserved it. Beating Manchester City in the semi-final, beating Chelsea in the final. I'm confident we can do it. I don't know why, but league form aside, forget that for a minute. Forget what happened at Stamford Bridge. I really do think at Wembley, there just seems to be a little bit of a difference in Arsenal's mentality. And you know, if we can play with the courageous spirit that we did today, then there's no reason why we can't win in the final. But May 27th, I'm buzzing for it. I really am buzzing for it because we've got nothing left to play for in the league this year. Well, I'll say that. Liverpool slipped up today, so fourth. Dare I say it's back on. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I've had a fantastic time today. I hope you have as well. Please do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to AFC Game by Game. And as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.